sweeties, it's your girl Candy, and you're watching Sweet Addictions TV. Yes, honey. So what's the business? How have y'all been? You been good? You been good, chat? I know it's been a minute. Has it been a minute? Seems like it's been a minute. But I am back with Sweet Solutions. Now listen, let me tell you something. This damn, honey, y'all know I usually don't do long emails, yet y'all still send them to me. If you send me a long ass email, like try to just give me like, you know, the important stuff. Like even this one, I only chose this one because it's some fuck shit. But this shit is long. It might end up being the only question. We'll see. But there's even shit in here that she could have left out. I don't care that y'all was high school sweethearts and he played football and you was the shy girl. Like that part, shit like that made it longer. We don't need all that. But let's get right to this, because there's a couple long. I think there's two in this motherfucker. Now see, this one was short, quick, and to the goddamn point. Question. I will get straight to the point. If you literally had no family, or at least none willing to help you, you lost your job, lost your apartment, no means of transportation, what would you do? Seriously, if you need any further info to give an accurate answer, let me know, but that's pretty much it. Well, I've been in this position, not as a grown woman, but as a child with my mother. We basically, her first husband, my older sweeties knows this, for all the new sweeties, my mother's first husband, he had got on them steroids. You know, back then, you know, steroids was even more fucked than they are now. And it started making him go crazy. The nigga lost his mind and swung on her. So basically, my mom whooped his ass. She came Shearer and shit, hit him with a lamp and then threw the big ass heavy mattress, you know, the wiggly mattress, the top mattress, not the box spring, on him. And so we got the hell out. No clothes, no money, no nothing. No car. She didn't have a job because he was working. So no car, no money, no family in Ohio, just us and him. None of that mattered. We left, like I said, she whooped his ass with the clothes on our back. We left. We went to a women's shelter. We stayed there until we were able to move to Louisville, Kentucky from Columbus, Ohio, and be with my mama. She let us stay there. She let us stay there for a little bit, but before then we was hopping from shelter to shelter, and my mother just did what she had to do. She literally, at a shelter, I was old enough to where I could be there, I could watch the kids, and she was able to get a job no matter what kind of job it was. Like when I tell y'all, excuse me, that was manly, but when I tell y'all, even if you can't get a regular job, take your ass and knock on some doors, on some elderly people. Can I clean your house for such and such amount? I'll sweep your floor. Can I rake your yard? Can I do? There's shit you could do, trust me, because I've seen it firsthand. That if all else fails, you still have to pick yourself up and do what you got to do for you and yours, or even just for you if you don't have any little ones. So my thing is to you, it may not be a women's shelter, but there's shelters. If you have nowhere to go and no family that's going to help you, swallow that pride, go where you can get some help. And nowadays, these shelters, they help you get into your own apartment. They help you get a job. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is out there. So sometimes we don't want to go to the very edge, you know what I'm saying? Because it's either we're embarrassed or it's our pride. But hey, when you have no other source, nobody's there, you gotta swallow that pride up and do what you gotta do. You feel what I'm saying? Point blank fucking period. You have to do what you have to do. All my older sweeties know my story. Y'all know I came from Germany with fucking $2,000 in a dream, honey. My daughter and my sister, which was my daughter too, because she was young as fuck, so it was me and my kids. And I was here with $2,000. I hopped from hotel to hotel when money got, I ain't about to go through the whole thing, but y'all know what it is. Hey, do what the fuck you gotta do. I didn't care. I walked my ass up and down every street giving out applications till I got one. You just could pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep it popping, because nobody's gonna look out for you like you look out for you. And if you can't swallow your pride to look out for you, why would anybody else? You feel what I'm saying? Alright, now here's this long shit. Hey Candy girl, so you can say every name. I'm to the point where I don't even care anymore. Laugh out loud. 2 people out of the 4 of us that I'm talking about in this email watches your show. Oh shit. Hell, they even started me to watching the show. So all hell, She said, so, oh well, here it goes. All of it. Oh, and by the way, I did proofread before I sent. Appreciate it. This long ass book. Your ass better proofread. Alright. My name is Zari. I think I'm saying that right. And here is the situation. My best friend since middle school, Lola, is married and has been married for 4 years now. She has a 4-year-old daughter, and it isn't her husband's child. She knew this before they got married. I found out in year 3 of their marriage. So I've known for a year now about it. I told her that she should have told him before he married her and followed him, and allowed him to make the choice of wanting to marry her or his own and not, on his own and not because she is the mother of his child or because of the type of woman he thinks he's marrying. Okay, this is where I came in. Back in high school, I was so in love with my now husband of 7 years, Anthony. For me, it was love at first sight. He was the football star of our high school, and I was the nerdy, shy girl who liked to remain behind the scenes. In 10th grade, Anthony expresses his interest in me, and of course, I was elated. And when I told my best friend Lola, she said it was only because I'm different from the other girls and I'm not throwing myself at him like he is used to, and that he just wants to fuck. After that conversation with her, I asked him why. He said because he can be himself around me and he knows I like him for him and not the likelihood of him going pro. My 11th grade year, Aunt and I were an official couple. I was a virgin, but Anthony wasn't, and I became worried that he would cheat on me because I wasn't putting out like most chicks. I didn't tell him I was a virgin, and when he asked, I told him I wasn't. Yeah, stupid, right? Yeah. I just told him that I wanted to wait. So my male best friend was Trey. We've been knowing each other since elementary school. I told him about my worries of Anthony possibly cheating. He said that he believed that Anthony is faithful thus far in our relationship because no female has said they've slept with him since we became official. I came up with this bright idea to practice sex and become good at it, so when I decided to give it to Anthony, I could put it on his ass. What? The fuck is up outside my window? Oh. Anyway, so I decided that my first will be with Trey. Your first is gonna be with your best friend instead of the. Okay. Trey, after telling him that I was ready to no longer be a virgin and wanted to give it to someone who I knew and trusted, that way it would always be special to me. He agreed after like 4 months of having this conversation. So Trey got my virginity and I learned to be a freak, basically. And I mean like a real freak. Trey taught me shit that Anthony wasn't even ready for when I decided to finally have sex with him our sophomore year of college at Clark, Atlanta. I waited that long because, well, I enjoyed fucking Trey my entire 12th grade year of high school up until my freshman year of college. Jesus. Funny, I was afraid of Anthony cheating on me, and I'm the one who's doing the cheating on him literally hundreds of times with Trey. Bitch. Okay, now to the present, Anthony and I have no children together due to my profession. I don't have time for kids right now. So 4 fucking days ago, my husband tells me that he has a secret to tell me, crying all snotty-nosed and shit. So this fucker tells me that Lola's daughter is his daughter. Bitch. That's what she said, bitch. I was too through. He even told me that he had been fucking Lola since 9th grade of high school. They stopped when we finally became official, but they started again at her New Year's Eve party, which I couldn't attend because that is a busy year in the ER. She came on to him first, walking up to him, grabbing his dick and shit, and not that I'm blaming her entirely because it takes 2 to fuck, and he didn't fight her off. So they fucked that night 5 years ago, side-eye, and hadn't again, but she's been threatening to tell me if he doesn't leave me for her, saying that she hates me, that he should have married her instead, and other fuckery. So he threatened to tell her husband, Trey, honey, that the daughter isn't really his. Now, mind you, y'all get this triangle bullshit we got popping off, honey? Alright, Now, mind you, Trey and I still remain best friends, and it's been killing me not to tell him. But after thinking it over, I decided that I'll give her a time frame to tell the truth before I spilled the beans. Being that they both are my best friends, I decided to stay neutral and just allow the other to complain about the other. Because I've been in the middle before, only to have one or the other upset with me. And being married myself, I know that when it comes to married people's business, you keep your nose in the book. Now, 2 years ago, after complaining to me about Lola, Trey confessed to being in love with me. He said that it happened before I gave him my virginity because, which is why he was so hesitant at first, because he needed to know if he would be able to emotionally handle just being a cuddy buddy of a woman he loved while I'm loving someone else. I never responded to his admission. I just acted as if he never said that part in the conversation. Okay, back to my husband spilling the beans to me. I wasn't as hurt as I should have been at all, but I was extremely pissed because for years my husband had a baby with my best friend, who has my male best friend, thinking he's the father. Child. Now, after hearing the truth, immediately I realized that Lola's daughter looks like him, and the fact that this bitch has joked saying, girl, if we all were to go out, people would think Anthony was her father. Bitch, that's girl. Okay, I've been honest with my husband since the day we got married. Before I even accepted his marriage proposal, I told him the truth about everything. Okay, maybe not everything. I never told him who my practice dummy was, but I told him everything else. I ended up telling Anthony that he had to leave, and I went over to Lola's house to beat her ass, like really beat her ass, like some beat the bitch shirt off her back, pop her bra so her titties were hanging out while I literally dragged her ass in the street type shit. After being arrested for assault, I can't. After being arrested for assault, Trey bailed me out and charges were dropped. I had time to sit alone and think. I wanted the tears to come, but they never did, and I was wondering why they didn't. After thinking, I came to the realization that, make sure this shit ain't off, it's long, realization that I was too in love with Trey, and that has been him. It's been him all along. He has been the one supportive of me when I decided to do the doctor and med school when I decided to be a doctor and med school got too hard and I wanted to give up. Anthony and I haven't been connected for about 4 years, but it all makes sense now. Thinking it was me, I've asked him countless of times, what could I do to make us work? All this time, it was never me. To be 100% honest, Anthony's sex has never been on the level of Trey's. Never been on the level of Trey's either. And I realized that after having sex with Anthony, that Trey's dick was bigger. I'm talking Magnum XL type shit. Last night, Trey asked me to tell him what was the issue behind the ass whooping I gave Lola, because she isn't telling, and she kept asking him had he talked to me or what had I told him. I told him that I wasn't ready to tell him, but I would be soon. Candy, Trey loves his daughter, and I know this would kill him. I'm not the one for tact. I'm just a come out and say it kind of woman. I'm not as emotionally in tune as most women are with their sensitive side, and Trey needs to be told this kind of shit with finesse. I'm so fearful that by confessing my feelings, he may reject them and ignore the confession like I did to him 2 years ago. I'm afraid of the outcome of what the future holds. I'm ready to tell him, I just don't know how. My questions to you are, how do I really tell him the truth about everything? Me loving him, his daughter not being his, but my husband's, his friends also, that I've known for a year now. With tact and finesse. Do I just tell him about his daughter and not reveal my feelings due to the situation? Sorry, this was so long. I really am. And thanks for the advice. Let me stop this camera and start up because this shit was long and I don't want it to be cut off. Okay, so basically all summed up. Her and her friend Lola, Anthony and Trey, all friends. Am I cut off? Oh no, okay. She was loving on some Anthony in high school, was a virgin, but instead of fucking her boyfriend, she decided to fuck Trey to practice. Fucked around and fell in love with the dick with Trey, even though she went ahead and married Anthony. Trey went ahead and married Lola, but Lola and Anthony was fucking, had a baby, and nobody knows that they all been fucking each other's people. Basically, that's what that is. That was a sum up of that long ass shit. Okay, so basically her questions once again was, how do I really tell him the truth about everything? Me loving him, his daughter not being his, but my husband's his best friends, that she's known for a year with finesse. Do I just tell him about his daughter and not reveal my feelings due to the situation? I wouldn't reveal my feelings right now because, yeah, no, the most important thing right now in this whole situation is the baby. Because my thing is this, what if something happens to that baby and the next of kin, they think it is, if you're his best friend, like you say you are, that's the best friend's part. Now, if you feel like you can't just out and say it, honestly, there's no way to finesse this shit. It's fucked up. I don't care if Mary Poppins told him. It's gonna hurt the same because, like you said, he loves that baby girl, and it is what it is. So, I know I would tell my best friend. If I found out some fuck shit, would you tell your best friend? And you talk about you stay neutral because they both your best friends. Well, obviously that bitch been hating on you since high school. It's apparent when she told you he just wants you because you ain't doing this and yada yada yada. Even though she really meant, yeah bitch, he wants you as a wifey, but I'ma fuck your nigga because that's what he want. Yeah. So, if this your best friend, if you feel like you can't say it without it being real drastic, write the shit down, honey. Sit him down. Hand him a letter, put your hand on his back, rub it ever so gently as he's reading it, okay? And then take it from there. But the feelings part, I think, should be left out as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's going to seem like, bitch, are you just telling me this because you want me now when you didn't want me 2 years ago? You know what I'm saying? If y'all meant to be, y'all will goddamn be, because something like this will probably pull y'all together. But I think the baby is the most important out of this whole situation. Y'all got some fucking one life to live, all my children, General Hospital shit popping off. But the baby is the most important. And hell, everybody in this whole crazy ass triangle knows what's going on except for him. So, I would just tell him and be like, listen, I found out little mama ain't yours. I mean, you know, you can rewrite it, so you go write it better than that, you know. But, and just let him know. And then go from there. You gonna have to write me, girl, honey, all this long shit. You better tell me what's going on with Lola. Bitch, did she try to come back and beat your ass? Did she hire her cousins? Did the cousins, are they riding by your house and beeping their horn? Like, bitch, come out. Let me know what happened, honey. Yes, indeed. That was a long ass letter for just, girl, we all fucking each other. What can we do? All right. Next one. It says, hi Candy, for namesake, I will be giving you fake names. But anyway, my name is Nini. Okay, to make this brief, but back in 2012, I had my first child, a girl. Then maybe 2 months into motherhood, me and her father, Nick, got into a big time and he disrespected me to the fullest. No, he didn't put his hands on me, but hell. So, okay, that was it, but hell. Okay. So, we were staying out of town for about a year, so I decided to leave and go back home to my parents' house. And Lord knows that is not where I want to be with my child. So, long story short, she says this while there's still like, there's so much to read. So, long story short, I was, of course, in a very vulnerable stage in my life at that time. So, I needed some type of attention, and I wanted it from a man. So, I got back in contact with my ex, Travis. Wrong idea. But anywho, we hooked up and began to get feelings. I began to get feelings I didn't quite have before. Well, while we was dating. So, I would make it my business to go see him whenever I got those feelings, laugh out loud. So, again, one day after we hooked up, one night, I had this question in my head to ask him. So, I asked, him to go and get tested with me. And Candy, I only asked this because he always seemed to be thinking hard as shit during and after. When I asked this nigga had the nerve to say, for what, herpes? Bitch. Then he say, I got that shit. Wait. I think I skipped a line. For herpes, I said, nah, everything, nigga, you know, like we used to. Because honestly, we always got tested together. Then he say, I got that shit. Yep, I was looking just how you are now. I was mad as hell. But what could I do but go get tested? So I did. Long story short, got my results, and yes, I tested positive. Woo! Now, before Christmas, I told my child's father and told him before he came to town. So now, sorry, Candy, I know I said brief, but baby, bear with me. So after that, I was so upset, I cried for about a week. Now that I want to move on and be happy with someone, I feel that no one will truly accept me for my situation. But my but my child but my child's father said he is okay with it and he still loves me. And we do still have sex, but we are fully protected. But I'm not truly happy with Nick like I want to be because of our past together. Now, it's hard for me to move on after my current situation with herpes. I want to know, do you have any advice? Also, those I was dealing with, I have told them, but it's like we are friends. But I'm kind of afraid of meeting someone new and have to give him this rundown. And Candy, I'm trying not to be a bitter, I'm trying not to be a now that's what it said. Not to be a bitter and man-bashing woman, but sometimes I wonder, will someone ever truly love me for me? And I know everybody says it's not all about sex, but we all know sex plays a huge part in any relationship. Guess I'm afraid of being with someone and all along his ass is raw dogging some other chick, and deep down that shit makes him happy, but he still loves me. I know, fucked up shit that goes on. Thank you so much. You can share this with your YouTube channel, which I love. Also, I want them to comment as well. And yeah, okay. So basically, summed up in a nutshell, she broke up with her boyfriend, her baby daddy, moved in with her people, started fucking with her ex, fucking him raw after all this time has passed. See, y'all strapped the fuck up. I don't know where it cut off at, but basically, she got that shit. Like I said, she got into it with her baby daddy, moved away, started fucking with her ex, raw dogging that nigga. After all this time has passed, you asked a good question. Let's go get tested, but you should have asked that shit before you was fucking a nigga raw. That point, I'm just gonna point out that's kind of common sense. If you was gonna ask, because a lot of little chicks be scared to ask their dude to get tested, but if you was gonna ask him to get tested, why wait until after you fuck the nigga quite a few times raw? I'm just saying. So it's both of y'all responsibility, but that nigga need his ass whooped, because as soon as you said let's get tested, he gonna say, why, for herpes? Yeah, I got that shit. He knew he had herpes, it was fucking you raw. You should have busted him aside his goddamn head. Sorry, motherfucker, you. See, that's trifling. It's one thing if you didn't know and y'all fucking, but this nigga knew the whole time. It's like they got a vengeance. I got herpes, you gonna get herpes, you gonna get herpes, she gonna get herpes. You can get herpes too. Like, that's pretty much, it seems like he's out for a vendetta, because why, knowing you have herpes, go and fuck somebody raw dog knowing you got that shit. Anyway, so, for you, your question is, you feel like, okay, your baby daddy took you back, and he accepts you completely and totally, but you aren't really feeling that because of whatever happened with y'all prior. Well, I know a couple people with herpes. There's one girl, I don't know her personally, but she was cool with my homeboy, and she comes out and tells people, she just like, fuck it is what it is. If somebody tries to holler at her and they go down, she pretty much tells them the story. Listen, I have herpes. My boyfriend that I was with at the time, he cheated on me. He came back and he gave it to me. I take my medicine, and of course there's ways, and as you know, you and your baby daddy having sex, there's ways to protect from it. But she just, that's her destiny. That's what it is. Because herpes is fucking herpes. There's no cure for that shit. It's there. And so it's like, it's fucked up, but it's almost like, it is what it is. It's your fate. You made a decision to do something, and that decision, this is the byproduct of that decision. And she has a boyfriend. So, hey, I just watched a documentary on MTV not too long ago, where the lady got AIDS, and she tell people, and they still knock her off, as long as she taking her medicine and they do it protectively. So, I don't think you have to worry as much as you are, is basically what I'm saying. Of course you will run into some people who be like, hell no. But you'll run into some people who are like that too, and the thing is, you can be in a dating relationship with somebody. You don't got to tell them your business right off like old girl does. She just rather get the shit out. But the only time you have to disclose that is if you feel like that relationship is going towards a sexual relationship, and you want to let them know. You don't want to do somebody like, oh boy, did you. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you got to walk around, with this big ass stamp on your forehead. Everybody don't need to know your business. Only person who needs to know your business is that person that you see like is going in that direction where they may want to be intimate with you. Then that's when you have to disclose. And I'm not talking about right when the nigga's ready to go at it. I'm talking about if you see that's the direction that relationship is going in, then yeah, disclose it. And you never know. Like, you probably wouldn't think your baby daddy would have took you back, but he did. So, I mean, that's what that is. I'm thinking you thinking that you'll never find anybody who want to be with you ever. That's all in your head. There's somebody out there for everybody. Trust and believe. So, yeah, baby, I'm sorry to hear that, but that's just a PSA to all you youngins out there. Because a lot of you youngins is out there running around. You fucking since been fucking, raw dogging and shit. Y'all better quit playing. I told y'all, what was it, a couple years ago? Y'all thought I was playing when I told y'all a couple years ago that there's new shit out here. There's ABCs and 1, 2, 3s out here. New shit. Quit playing with it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, what's next, y'all? And I think this shit was long, so hold on, let me see if the other one's long. I would say Facebook. Okay, I guess I can do this one. Let me just stop it. Alright, last one, y'all. Hello, Miss Candy. First things first, I want to say I love your show. Thank you, baby. She said, I'm going to try to keep it short as I can. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm 27 years old, and the first time in my life that I have actually seen what my father looks like was on his Facebook profile. I have always knew who he was, and the bad part about it is that his mom and dad used to live within 5 minutes driving distance from where I grew up. I have made advances to try and meet him before when I became a teenager, but no response. He would always make a date or tell my family members he wanted to see me, but nothing ever happened. I looked up his mom and dad and told them I was their granddaughter. His mom's response was, my son has no kids. Damn. After that, I left it all alone. I had a great mom, and she was more than enough. But recently, his family members, his 2 brothers, found me on Facebook and have been checking up on me with birthday wishes and stuff, and actually told me to contact my father, who was also on Facebook. So I did send him about 3 messages. When I got a response, it pissed me off more than anything. It was from his wife, and the message pretty much said she controlled his Facebook page, and she relayed him the message, but he pretty much act like he didn't know I existed. So I'm lost because here it is. His brothers are contacting me and reaching out to me and acknowledge that I'm their niece, but his wife says he knows nothing about me. Sounds crazy, right? Wrong. He later contacted me via his brother's Facebook page and said he wants to have a relationship with me, but his wife can't know about it. At this point in time, I think that he is the one that owes me. I don't owe him anything. So why should I be willing to hide a relationship with my so-called father? Either you're in it 100% or not at all. And I decided not to even have a relationship with him. I want to know, am I in the wrong? A lot of people are telling me to take what I can get, but I think I deserve more than what he is willing to offer. P.S. I was born 10 years before he even met and married his wife. She shouldn't have no mean feelings towards me because me and my mom never disrespected his home with his wife. My mom told me to contact him through his mom and dad due to respect his home, but that didn't work. We never asked for no child support or nothing. When I did contact him, it didn't work out. I let it be. His wife sent me that message 4 years ago. His brothers have been sending messages all the time for the past 4.5 years, and my father sent his message 6 months ago. I just feel I did my part. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Thanks in advance. Are you wrong? Of course you're not wrong. You're still, even though you're grown, you still have that little girl inside, like, where the fuck is my daddy? You know, and I reached out to you, and now, so no, you're not wrong for feeling the way you do. I'm sure a lot of people would feel the way you do. Now, basically, I've seen people who, they get married, and then the wife wants nothing to do with it. Even if the child wasn't like, because he cheated on her, they just don't want no outside. I've seen that. And they could be bitches that completely make their home life like completely fucked. So I've seen that before. Now, so it basically lies upon you. Are you going to, do you want this relationship enough to where you have your dad, his wife just doesn't know? Do you want that relationship bad enough to where the only thing in there is that his wife doesn't know that he's reconnected with his daughter? And is it important to you that his wife knows that you are spending time with your father? If that is important to you, like if I really wanted my father in my life, but his wife didn't know, but I'm spending time with my dad, I have what I want, I have my father, we're doing things, we're reconnecting. I don't give a fuck about his wife, that bitch don't give a fuck about me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But on your end, if you feel like, no, your wife should know that you have your daughter, that you're with your daughter, if that's like a huge part for you, then, he hasn't been there for 27 years. So, it's not like you're missing anything. Me personally, I don't think I would let his wife not knowing that he's spending time with his daughter stop me from getting to know him. Because maybe once you grown now, so maybe once y'all start to get to know each other, maybe you won't want that nigga in your life. You feel what I'm saying? Or maybe you'll start to get to know him, and once you get to know each other and those fatherly feelings start to come back, then I'm sure eventually he will be like, look, this is my daughter. So, that's my blood, you accept me. It's going to happen one of them two ways. You feel what I'm saying? So, you have to look in your heart. Do you really want your father around? Or are you making excuses to why maybe you're scared to have him around? So, the excuse of, oh, well, he won't tell his wife. Fuck his wife. Who gives a fuck? Are you trying to have a stepmama? So maybe you need to look. I'm not saying what he's doing is not fucked up. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about on your part. Your part is you want to get to know your father. That branch has been extended to you. You feel what I'm saying? So the only thing that's stopping you from what you've told me is because his wife won't know. Fuck that bitch. That's my whole thing about it. But, maybe you left some stuff out because, I don't like long shit. So if you're on my Facebook, hit me up and let me know, honey. Alright, y'all, so that was Sweet Solutions. Now, just so y'all know it's cold here now. It's cold. Y'all know Candy does not do cold, honey. So, a lot of the random videos, y'all already know how that works. My oldest video, y'all know random videos get chopped in half when it gets cold because I don't go outside. So, the next few videos will probably be, more than likely, rants and Sweet Solutions. I'm definitely going to catch up on Sweet Solutions. It's cold. I ain't got shit else to do. And what else? Oh, unless I get a job. All my older sweeties know they said it was like 2009 was the last time I had a real fucking job, like a job where I'm not the boss type shit. So I was like, I'm bored, I might get a job. Shit. Like, where I ain't the boss. Maybe. It's cold though. But if I do, I'm sure you'll get plenty of random. So depending on if I take my ass out here and it's cold and get a job, honey, then you ain't gotta worry about it. Randoms will be plentiful. What else? Oh, a lot of people have been on me like, Kid, you gonna sell hair? You gonna sell hair? You gonna sell hair? I'm still debating if I'm gonna sell hair, but I did contact some factories in China where they make it direct. So I have some good prices for y'all if I do, because I cut out the middleman, honey. Boom! I'm going straight to the people. But I have some hair coming. I'm going to get a sew-in soon once I get here so I can test the hair. I don't know where to cut off, but what I was saying was I don't want to just get some old ragged ass hair and try to sell it to y'all. No, I'm testing it out first. So one company from China is sending me some hair. I should be getting it next week, and I'm gonna get a sew-in so I can try it out, make sure it's not shedding and all that extra stuff. And if I like it, then we'll work it out. We'll see. Yeah. But also I'm gonna have a contest. If you would like a corset, a free corset of your choice, what I'm gonna do is if you send 2 people to buy a corset, to buy a corset from the website, and like on PayPal there's a little note section. They can tell me such and such sent me, and then I'll know it came from you. Or once they buy it, if they forget to put the note, you can write me either on Facebook or, well, don't use YouTube. YouTube has got some different shit. It's Google now, so you can only see shit on your email. So just either email me directly or on my Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and tell me the 2 people's names that you sent that bought from Snatched Corsets, and a corset they have to buy. And I will send you your free corset. And we actually are getting some now. We're getting 3 hooks instead of 2. So 3 hooks, it's like You don't have to buy one anytime soon. We had the 2 hooks, now we got the 3 hooks coming in, and we got like cheetah print corsets, honey. But yeah, so if you send 2 people to buy corsets from Snatched Corsets, send me their names, and I will send you a free corset. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, baby, let me get up here because it's cold as hell in this damn basement, child. So I don't never come down here unless we're doing a video. But all right, as always, thanks for watching, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting every time. This video's on the shit, so I'm going to have to do shout outs on the next one. But I'm coming to Maryland. I'm coming up there on the 26th. We're having a mini sweet and greet on Sunday. I got to figure out the time, but I think that's the 29th of this month at something Mills Mall. It starts with an A. I can never remember it. A Mills Mall. At the Dave & Buster's inside of A Mills Mall. So you stay in Maryland, you know what the fuck mall I'm talking about. And so on the 29th, that Sunday, we will be having a mini sweet and greet. I can't wait to see all my Maryland sweeties. Come on out, come on out. Y'all know I love y'all because I'm coming in the goddamn cold. Okay, and I know it's cold as shit up there. But anyway, all right, babies, I'm out. Peace.